Affordable housing. Template 12. Selby is known to be short of affordable housing, and the plan correctly identifies the areas of lower cost housing in paragraph 3.18. However, Heronby, the preferred option for the new settlement, is amongst the most expensive housing in the area. Also, in the resale market, house prices will quickly rise out of reach caused by the proximity of York. The plan needs to permit the build of more houses in the lower priced areas of the district, and areas that are nearer jobs. Affordable housing. Template 13. Since the local plan was drafted, the economic landscape has changed entirely. Recession and redundancy, aggravated by higher mortgage rates, seems likely for the next 3 years. If building homes for local people that they can afford is a key strategy for Selby, then this local plan must be reconsidered to bring forward a settlement in a less expensive area. As the economic situation changes, more statistics will become available about employment and economic activity. Revisit the plan at that time and check whether indicators have moved downwards. In the meantime, because it is far too expensive to risk, Heronby should be halted. Housing need. Template 3. Tadcaster is described as needing new development to help regenerate the town centre, and the plan does not comply with NPPF paragraph 35b. The plan does not comply with NPPF paragraph 35a as it does not seek to meet the area around Heronby's objectively assessed needs and does not meet Tadcaster's objectively assessed needs. Relocating the new settlement allocation to Church Fenton would boost the footfall at Tadcaster, a destination accessible by cycle as well as car. Housing need. Template 4. SG1 states of a scale and nature that is in keeping with the form and scale of the settlement. Surely, in the case of Heronby, it breaches that policy by having 10 times more houses than Escrick. By being larger than Tadcaster, it will dominate the villages of Riccall, Stillingfleet and Deighton as well. The plan does not comply with NPPF paragraph 35a as it does not seek to meet the area around Heronby's objectively assessed needs. The plan is in breach of NPPF paragraph 79 as the new settlement will destroy the rurality of local communities. Further evidence is available if required. Relocating the new settlement allocation to Church Fenton would boost the footfall at Tadcaster, all accessible by cycle as well as car. Housing need. Template 5. The NPPF 8C environmental objective is not met by Heronby. It doesn't protect our natural environment, it damages productive agricultural land, it destroys biodiversity, and it will cover the site in concrete, bricks and tarmac. The carbon costs of this will take a lifetime to recover. The plan is in breach of NPPF paragraph 8C and 35D as it is not sustainable development given its environmental impact. NPPF paragraph 119 requires that decisions should safeguard and improve the environment and make as much use as possible of brownfield land. Further evidence is available if required. Selby District Council should endeavour to develop sites more aligned with the needs identified in the HEDNA, avoid productive agricultural land and utilise sites which make greater use of brownfield land. Housing need. Template 6. The SG2 suggests that 91.2 hectares of employment land, which accords with the HEDNA, and at least 7,728 houses will be delivered in the period 2020 to 40. That gives a house build rate of 386 houses per year, which is 53 houses more than the HEDNA says is required. The extra houses, over the 18 years of the plan, amounts to 960 excess houses by 2040, which means there is no clear case for the 945 homes allocated from the new settlement at all, per Councillor Crane. The plan is in breach of NPPF paragraph 7 as it does not meet the needs of the present or the needs of the future. The plan also breaches paragraphs 35A, B and D of NPPF due to the large oversupply of homes. No evidence has been provided to suggest that the HEDNA is wrong. Selby District Council are planning on building far more houses than the population growth calls for. Therefore, there is no case for any new settlement anywhere in the district and the project should be scrapped immediately. Housing need. Template 7. The description of Selby's brownfield sites and employment zones, paragraph 3.24 of the plan, describes perfectly the inappropriateness of a new settlement 10 to 15 miles away. A good deal of the current and planned future employment land is situated south of Selby, in an arc from Eggborough to Church Fenton. Housing allocations many miles away are inappropriate, increase car journeys and emissions, and require major infrastructure investment. The plan is in breach of NPPF paragraph 8A as the proposed site does not support the economic objective as the site is in the wrong place. The plan is in breach of NPFF paragraph 11 as it is not a sustainable pattern of development and the benefits do not significantly outweigh the adverse impacts. Further evidence is available if required. The rejected new settlement sites of Burn and Church Fenton are very well placed to support the employment land allocation to the south and west of Selby, where it is needed. By contrast, from Heronby, commuting to the south of the district would be slow for cars, with no direct public transport and too far for easy cycling. Housing need. Template 8. Selby District Council does not appear to understand what Escrick Park is offering at Heronby. Under SG2, the number quoted is a minimum of 3,000 new homes. Per the foreword written by the leader, it is up to 3,400, and Escrick Park Estate claims a total of 4,000. These are not just numbers. They are road congestion, oversized school classes, slower ambulance response times, more eco-damage, and more infrastructure. But in each case they are all surplus to the needs in the HEDNA. The plan does not comply with NPPF paragraph 35A or B because it does not meet the area's objectively assessed needs and is not justified, given the reasonable alternatives which do meet the needs of the area, in a more proportionate way. If Selby District Council are unable to get even the basic totals of their flagship plan correct, how reliable are any of the conclusions they have come to? Housing need. Template 9. It seems that SG4 has been waived in the case of Heronby, where the beauty of the countryside and its intrinsic character are to be replaced by a new town, with houses that bear more resemblance to an arts and craft style than any local architecture. The Heronby delivery strategy admits it, embodies the very best of North Yorkshire urbanism and architecture, with the influence of urban green space. Further, and even if the planned architecture was deemed to be desirable, there is no requirement for house builders to develop in a particular style. Any design statement is unlikely to be adhered to by house builders on the basis of a viability argument. The scheme is on a scale that will only be deliverable by large house builders who are likely to utilize their own well-established house types. Further evidence is available if required. Selby District Council are obliged to build in the countryside with great sensitivity and in the last resort. The use of the word garden does not make the Heronby plan appropriate for the landscape. Escrick Park are not even trying to do this, emulating villages elsewhere in England, rather than here. This is intended as a rural theme park for commuters into Leeds and York. Please stop this plan. Housing need. Template 10. If the minimum requirement over the next 18 years is only 5,155 houses, this can be achieved by building at the rate of 286 houses per year. This seems to support the HEDNA figures of just 333. Therefore, there is no numerical justification here for any new settlement anywhere in the district. Without a new settlement, there are already identified sites amounting to 4,985 houses, so 96.7% of the 18-year requirement, without taking into account of the 500 windfall development and any new sites coming forward over the next 18 years, as shown in Part C of HG1. The plan is therefore in breach of NPPF paragraph 35B as the plan is not justified by the evidence available as to housing need. The entire housing build program proposed in the plan can be fulfilled, with ease, and without recourse to a new settlement. The Garden Village is therefore a vanity project for councillors and planners. Housing need. Template 11. Selby District Council believes there is a narrative of ever-growing population, but, although there is a duty to look beyond the plan period, they should not do so without reasonable cause rather than dogma. They should also not commit future generations, for Heronby expects to build 3,050 houses between 2041 and 2065 for which there is no evidence whatever that they will be required, especially as projections are for a declining birth rate. The plan is in breach of NPPF paragraph 7 as it does not meet the needs of the present or the needs of the future. The plan is therefore in breach of NPPF paragraph 35B, as the plan is not justified by the evidence available as to housing need. It is impossible to say what the HEDNA for 2040 might recommend, so there is no justification whatever to allocate up to 4,000 dwellings, and then build the associated infrastructure that may not be needed.